7 ways that you can stay driven to get onto your path that you want to get to, because now is a great time to grow the business. However, I also know that now's a time that has a lot of hurdles as well. Welcome back to the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. I'm your host, Richard Tatunji, and in this show, we show you the ways to help you grow your health and fitness business. And what I want to talk about today is a continuation of last week, where I spoke about being driven. Being driven, I believe, is going to be the most important thing for you to grow in your fitness business, wellness business, Pilates business, yoga business. And the world that we're in at the moment in regards to growth in your business is a different one than it used to be. So you are listening to this and you've been in business for a long time. You think, hey, things are different now. Yes, you're correct. And if you're new to business and you're going, well, I thought it was going to be a little easier than this. Yeah, you could possibly say that too. And in the world that we're in, there's a lot of opportunities still in the marketplace. Great inventions, amazing businesses are created in these type of times. So there's opportunities in different ways that the world is working and different ways we've had to create our business. So for example, through the last 2 years, a lot of people gone online. There's opportunities there if you wanted to go online to continue that and create businesses around that. But today I want to talk about 7 ways that you can stay driven to get onto your path that you want to get to, because now is a great time to grow the business. However, I also know that now's a time that has a lot of hurdles as well in the way that you market your business. Ads seeming to rise up in regards to cost compared to previous times. Marketing that may have worked before is maybe not working as good as it used to work. And so what's happening now is people are reassessing and going, well, what am I doing wrong? And they're self-blaming and they go self-doubt. But in fact, it's the opposite. We have to figure out what we're doing right and then continue to do more of it. This morning, I went to the gym and then I grabbed a coffee from a coffee shop. The barista there, young kid, he's the most chilled out guy. And when he serves the coffee, he serves with love. And I kind of thought about it and I thought, hey, he doesn't have to say much, but he's doing it with love and he's making a difference to somebody. There's a saying that I really love. You've probably heard it before. It says, to the world, you may be one person, but to one person, you may be the world. Now, if you went in your business to change the lives of one person, 2 people, a community, well, it's our job to continue through. And when I got a coffee off this barista, a couple of words were exchanged, but I walked away feeling good. And it adjusted my levels, my brain, my thoughts, all in one little motion. And a lot of people, your clients are coming to you because they want that same feeling. And in fact, you might be the one person in their world that they need to stay driven in what they do. So it is important to really get aboard this concept of being driven and really hone down a little bit more. How could I be better? How could I be a better person? How could I run a better business if I just understand this concept of what you're talking about, which is driven? And these are strategies I want to show you, 7 strategies that I've taken from our top performing businesses that are on their way to $1 million for their studio. And I've taken these from, I just chose 7 of these businesses and I've taken 1 from each. And I wanted to kind of take you through some simple ways that you can do this. When I say simple, everything's simple when you say it out, but it's hard when you apply it. And so everybody has the same 24 hours. they have the same condition. A lot of them have the same conditions. They've got a studio, they've got a facility, they've got access to Facebook, they've got access to marketing, they've got access to help. That's what I guess I'm saying with the same conditions. And so it's our job to figure out how we can use that. Now, I'm not going to go tactical in this episode, but I want to sort of understand, if you get these 7 items right every day, it's going to help the tactical pieces that we do talk about. So let me take you through these 7 items, again, that I got from our clients that are doing really well because they're putting these together every day, day in, day out, and they're having the same roadblocks and problems as everybody else out there. Ads are more expensive, staff struggling to find staff in this climate, pauses, cancellations, all those kind of things. But people still move on, and great businesses still push through the hardship. And so these are 7 ways to stay driven on your path and to achieve the results that you want your fitness business. If that's getting to $10,000 weeks, if that's getting to $1,000 weeks, we have a program called the $500,000 Studio Club, where we want to get studios to $500,000 and then beyond. And so these are items that when you're cranking up to that, you would have completed most of these. So number 1 is you want to simplify to focus on your business. So when I say simplify, we want to simplify the product offering. My belief is that your main product offering, that the product that brings most of your business in, when I say product service, I'm just trying to, take you away from the business. The one main product should bring most of the revenue in until you reach the point of at least $500,000 in your studio. So you want to be selling the same thing over and over and over again. You don't want to have 6 different service lines to think about, because that requires more energy, more time, more focus, more marketing. So you want to get the business to where you need to get to with one main product line. It could be the same price membership. You could have different things that people get, but it's the same concept of membership. So it's the same. It doesn't have to be really confusing. And when I see businesses apply this and change their model from, they might be doing personal training, they might be doing some groups, they might be doing larger groups, they might be doing all different sort of styles. That when they focus on one offering, one price point, they achieve some great results, and they achieve results with speed. And for example, you want to get to $500,000 studio, you can do the maths. You need about $10,000 a week. When you make $10,000 a week, what happens is you get the $500,000 point. So that's 100 members paying $100, or that's 200 members paying $50. So again, that's simple maths. Keep it simple. So number 1, simplify to focus your business growth and keep your energy tight. Number 2, in these businesses that I'm talking about, they've all have supportive people around them. So they've had a lot of different staff and clients, but generally the team they have around them is a supportive team to get to the next point. They've definitely been in situations where they've had really bad energy and staffing around them, and they've been focused a lot on that. But when they start to find their flow, it's because they've got the right type of people around us. So you've got the wrong type of person in the driver's seat of your business, or you're bitching or moaning too much about that person. There's probably wrong person that's helping you get to that point. And just because they've been with you for years, it doesn't mean they're the right person and takes you to the next path. So just think about the people around you. Are they supporting you? I certainly know from my type of personality, me and Joey have always had supporters around us. It's really important. We need people that, that bring us up instead of pulling us down. I think business is hard enough. You get pulled down by so many different things. So the people around you in your team, in your vehicle, they want to be people that support you, that move you forward. Number 3 is we want to ask for help. These businesses that I'm referring to, they're all happy to ask for help. Sometimes they don't ask for a huge amount of help, but when they have a problem, they'll definitely ask for some really specific help. And I urge you to start thinking about more specific questions, or better questions are going to get you higher in your business. And so if you keep asking the same question, you're going to get the same answer. But if you ask smarter questions, you might say, how do I ask smarter questions if I don't know? Well, it comes back down to your goal. You might not say, oh, how do I get my studio to $500,000? That's a very broad question. But you can say, okay, well, what's the best forms of advertising to get my studio up there? And then you break it down and break it down. So start asking questions, but ask smart questions. And you ask smart questions by obviously continuing to learn and educate. Number 4, in this time, all our top performing businesses, they're all asking for help. Sorry, that was number 3. Number 4, our top performing businesses, I should say, they get rest. They take holidays and they take a lot of breaks. And they do that as much as they can because they've got a supportive team and they need to rest to see, what's happening next. So it could be just afternoons off, weekends off, holidays, if you can take them, could be school holidays. But they take these breaks when they can because, when they're not on holidays, they're powering straight through. So either on or off, you can't be in between. And when they are off, they're off as much as they physically can be. So think about that. When was the last time you actually took a break? Number five is an important one, and that's the glass half full mentality. Through this time, depending on who you ask, how business is, you're going to get a different response out of everybody. I love asking that question because I love to hear the responses. And the people that are focused on glass half full, yes, they have the same problems, but their mind is focused on solution-based. Last week, I was certainly stuck in the non-solution-based, and I went through a couple of days of focusing on the glass half empty. And it's like a little whirly pool. It just goes around and around and around and around. It doesn't actually take you where you want to get to. So you can definitely try out being the guy or the girl that does the glass half empty mentality. But sooner or later, it gets really exhausting for you and for people around you. So focus on the glass half full in everything that you do in your business and your problems and your growth. Just focus on the opportunities because there is plenty of things to say, oh, that's going really bad. You got to focus on what's actually working and moving forward. And that carries on with point number 6 is this concept of renting space in your head. If you let a person or a problem in your head too much, your energy will go to that. And so these businesses that I've got this information off, they do this part really well where they have problems, but they'll have limited time that they rent in their head. So it might be, okay, I'm going to rent this in my head for 2 minutes or 5 minutes or 10 minutes, or it used to be a week and now it's a day. So try to ensure that you've got trigger points, knowing that someone's renting in your head and the problems in your head, and you're wasting now precious time to move ahead. So if your conversation, your thoughts are all around a problem or a person that you're thinking about way too much, you can't see the road, you can't see what's ahead. So be really clear of that. Don't let that problem or person, and a lot of times it's the person that rents the space in our head, and they're not even paying anything in rent. So why would you let them rent your head? Smart business owners rent out. They don't rent for free. So ensure that that personal problem doesn't spend too much time in your amazing head. Number 7, this is one of my personal favorites and things that I think we all struggle with, but it's a concept of being happy where you're at. So being grateful where you're at, and that's a big one, being grateful where you're at. But to get to the next stage, you need to be a little bit dissatisfied where you're at. So you're satisfied, but you're dissatisfied, meaning you're grateful where you're at. You're grateful for the lessons, but you're just dissatisfied because you need to get to the next point. And you need to get to the next point or the next path in your business to grow, to continue to strive your community. And that's the most important thing. So guys, Hope that's helped. Number 1, simplify to focus your energy, supportive people around you. Number 3, ask for help, rest well. Number 4, number 5, you a glass half full person. I hope so. Number 6, stop letting other people or problems rent space in your head. Number 7, be really happy with where you're at, but you'll need to have a little bit of dissatisfied. Pronounce it right. You need to be a little bit dissatisfied to continue your growth trajectory, and that's really important. You can ask your mum or someone around you or your partner, how am I doing? They might say, oh, you're doing really good. But for anybody who wants to drive and move, you'll need to have an honest look at yourself to see, well, am I doing these 7 things? Or am I just listening to the person who wants to say, I'm doing a good job? Yes, you're doing a good job. But if you want to move ahead in your business, you'll need some honest reality checks. And you can definitely get that here. Team, I hope that's helped. Love to know what it is for you. Did you get 7, 6, 3, 2, 1? How many are you doing well? And how many do you need to improve on? It's okay to improve. Once we know what our problem is, we can always improve. And again, the theme for this season is all about being driven. It's about really working better ways to grow the business. If you've been doing the same way, the same thing, the same process, having the same team around you, and you're not growing, there may be some really clear indications, some items that you'll need to change to complete that. And so these are taken from our top performing businesses. And these are taken to ensure that I can give these in a really easy way for you to digest and take, and to help your business take the next step. Hope you enjoyed this episode of the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. These are my thoughts for the week. Go out there and start working on the concept of building up a strong business for you, using the concepts of being driven in your business to make the change, to make the adjustment, to market well, and to put your best foot forward. I'll catch you next time in the Marketing Muscle Up podcast show. Bye for now.